Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. So today I'm finally going to get around to do my own nails. I'm not going to lie, these nails are not actually going to stay on. I'm just doing my left hand for this video, and then next week when my new product arrives that I'm waiting for to have on my own nails, I'll be taking them off. But I just really want to try out my new e-file bit from Willow Academy, which is this one here. It is absolutely beautiful. It's black, which is exciting. It's a two-way piece, so you can use it for left-handed and right-handed. I am right-handed, so I'll be using it that way around, but it's beautiful because it's black. So definitely recommend this new like, what's it called that they've got, like new, I can't remember what I'm trying to say. New collection of e-file bits that they have, because yeah, they're just beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the gel polish off the set that I've got and take the length down. I will let you know what I think of this bit in a minute, but I'm just going to do this like sped up because it's very loud and boring. So we'll just do this on camera but quickly. Okay, so I'm going to be voiceover in this video from here. There'll be bits voiceovered and bits not, because basically this video is all over the place. It's going to get a little bit confusing after this clip. I did finish off these nails, sort of. Once I'd finished filing off the gel colour and filing them down, I didn't like this bit for reducing length, so I did that on just the, what's it called, the thumb, and then I decided to use my penultimate bit after when I actually did the nails, but I did use it originally, I just wasn't keen. So I'm just going in here with the Willow Academy with the Willow Academy Purple Willow bit, which is perfect for taking off the bulk, and then I'm going to go in and do my prep. So it's very confusing because this was two separate days, two separate videos. After I took all the colour off the previous set, I did just literally put one coat of a sheer pink over the top of what was left and top coated the glittery nails, and that is it. And then obviously, as you can see, I just filed them off because I've decided to do my natural nails. I did this 2 days ago and I've already decided I don't want my natural nails anymore, so a new video will be coming soon of like longer nails because I just can't get on with my natural nails. I don't know why I keep doing it to myself, knowing that I'm not going to leave them on, but there you go. So I'm just using the Anastasia bit here. This is like normal speed, real time, so you can see how long I actually do it for, and then the next bit I will talk through while I was doing it. Okay, so I've been soaking my nails for about 5 minutes, so it's not been very long, but it's been long enough for some of if not all of this acrylic to soak off. So I'm just going to get my tool and I'm just going to gently scrape off any excess that is melted. I'm not putting any pressure on at all. I'm just getting rid of the bits that are definitely melted. I'm not pushing off any areas that are not. I don't want to put any pressure on and force any off that is not ready. So I'm just gently going over and getting rid of all the soft parts, which is literally all that's left anyway. This is the fun bit. This is the, like, the part where, like, basically filing off the majority is really going to help you out, because it means that this stage will be much quicker because there'll be much less acrylic to soak off. Then obviously that means that you have much less time in the, this looks like a hole here, it's not, it's just red because I went into it a little bit too deep. It doesn't hurt or anything, it's not gone that far. But I'm not very careful with my own nails, so I know I should be. Please don't give me a lecture. But that's half the reason I'm doing this. Like, I've decided to quit with some extensions for a while because I keep banging them all the time. Like, I'm really not very careful with them lately, so I'm going with my natural nails. So once I've done that, I'm then going to go in with my Anastasia bit again, and I'm just going to clean up all over again. Basically, we're just going to make sure that that cuticle area is nice and clean and there's nothing there, because sometimes once I've put my hands in to soak, some of the bits of acrylic can get in different places if it's soaked off and then just like moved around while I'm in the acetone sort of thing. I hope that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but never mind. So I'm just gonna pull the skin back from the nail, and I'm using this bit to push back my cuticle area and side walls. I'm trying to be careful with this one because I did catch it the other day while I was doing somebody else's nails. So this bit here it's not actually hurting anymore, but I'm sure if I caught it again it would be. So I'm making the most of it not hurting anymore. I'm trying to not do that again. But yeah, it's not very often I do my natural nails, and it's really not very often that I stick with them, so it's probably not going to stay like this. Like, I'm not going to like really grow them out long and have lovely natural nails. Like, it's never going to happen. I don't have the patience for it, I'm afraid. I also am a naughty nail tech. I don't use hand creams. I don't use cuticle oil. Like, I am really bad. I always say to my clients, like, do as I say, not as I do, because I always tell them how to take care of their nails, but I don't do it myself. But yeah, so you just have to ignore the state of them. So I'm just getting off any like little bits of dry skin as well while I'm here with this bit. My nails are super, super dry, super thin, not in very good condition at all, and to be honest with you, they never really have been. It's nothing new, which I know sounds really bad, but I'm just being honest. I take way too much time, well, not too much, I spend a lot of time taking care of my clients' nails. I just never do my own. Well, I do my own, but I mean, like, I never take the time to do mine nice and gently and just put a lot of effort into like keeping them nice. So I'm going to attempt it for at least the month of December. It's a very busy month. I'm sat in my nail room where all my hand creams and cuticle oils are, so I have no excuse to not use them. So next up, I'm just going to get a sanding band on my mandrel bit, and I'm just going to go around the natural nail and even it all out with this, making sure to not put pressure on. Again, I'm just letting it do its job. I'm just being careful with that area there, because like I said, it's a bit thinner than the rest because I accidentally dug a hole. Honestly, they're in such a mess, which is why I've decided to do this and just have my natural nails. So I'm just basically roughening, I don't think that's a word, like etching the surface of my nail with this. Again, I'm not putting any pressure on, my RPMs are really low. I'm basically just doing with this what you would do with your hand file and just making sure that there is no shiny areas of my nails, ready for the product to stick to. And then once I finish this, I will go in and sort the shape of my nails out, which for now, because they are short, I don't really have like a great deal of choice of how I'd like them, so I am just going to round them off like to pretty much where they already are. Like, I'm not going to take loads of length off, but I'm going to make them all like the same shape, just so they all look a bit more uniform. Because I've always said that, to be honest, I don't think your nails like have to be long to look pretty. I think they look nice even just being all the same. Like, if they're all the same and really short, I think that looks nice as well, because I don't think it's necessary to have long nails for them to look nice. Like, don't get me wrong, I love long nails and I am going to miss having my acrylics on, and it probably won't be long until I put them back on because I will miss them. but for now I'm just gonna put a bit of effort into focusing on my natural nails. Okay, so once I'm happy, I've done that, I'm just going to go in with an old nail file, like I only use it on myself, don't worry, and I'm just going to shape them, like I said, sticking with the shape that they already are, basically just neatening, I don't think that's a word, but I'm just basically just making them a little bit more neat and uniform. I don't know why, but I always find filing shape like really difficult on camera. I think it's because I usually get into positions to shape them that I can't get into like when I'm filming, which is a bit annoying. So I'll like just briefly do them on camera and then I'll do them properly off camera. And then obviously you'll see what they look like in a second anyway once I've done that. But I'm just making sure my side walls are coming out nice and straight. And then the rest of the nail I'm just rounding off to make it nice and even. I don't want the sides to be really bulky, so I'm just making sure that they're nice and tucked in. And I'm going to do that with all of them. So I'm going to do the rest of this off camera just because I'm making them all the same, and then we can get on with application. Okay, I've done all that fun stuff, so it's now time for application of product. I'm going to do something a little bit naughty. I'm going to be using my clear acrylic like in my gel polish, and I'm not doing this video as like a here's how to do this sort of thing. Like, I'm not recommending you do this or anything like that, so if you do it and you have any problems, don't blame me. It's not that type of video. I'm just doing it for myself. I wouldn't do it on a client either. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing my own, obviously I'm going to be using gel polish. I'm just trying to find something for me to lean on like in the video so I'm not just hovering in the air. So I'm going to be applying gel polish, and then I'm also going to put some clear acrylic in it like you would, sort of like a dip powder, but instead of the resin I'm going to be using gel polish as my applicator, as my activator, sorry, not applicator. So once I've done that, sorry I totally forgot, I'm just going to go over my nails really quickly with some acetone, she says, just to make sure that they're all nice and dried out and there really isn't any residue or dust lingering. Just get a little bit more. And then once I've done that, I'm just going to dust off again just to make sure. And then I'm going to apply my base coat. So I'm going in with the first base from Gel Perfection. I'm not sure if you can see very well. I should probably check that first before I get going. Turn the brightness up a little bit. So I'm going in with the first base, just as normal with this. So I'm just popping it a little bit further down from the cuticle at first, just to make sure that I've covered everywhere. And then once I've done that, I'm going to get all the excess off my brush and use the product that's on my nail to go back up to that area, because I don't want it to be really thick or to flood it. And the less product on my brush, the easier that is to avoid. So I'm just applying that, making sure to cap the free edge, and then if I apply a little bit too much on the capping layer, I'm just going to go over with my brush again. So again, I'm just starting like quite far down my nail, making sure that it's all nice and covered. I'm actually going to cap at this point, and then I'm going to just get off all the excess from my brush and then go back down to my cuticle area. I am going to do the rest off camera just because it's much easier for me to paint them facing me instead of away from me. I find this really difficult angle, but you saw how I'm doing it now. I'm going to do that the exact same way on the other nails, and then I'll come back here for the next step. So here they are painted. I'm just going to pop those into the lamp. Just remember that everywhere that your first layer of gel goes, every layer after that is also going to go. So you want to get that one as neat as possible, and it will make the rest of it really easy. So next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a layer of Super Base on, which is Gel Perfection's rubber base coat, on top of this normal base. I'm going to use my clear acrylic to sprinkle over the top, and then I'm going to cure that in place, just because my nails need a little of a helping hand because they're really thin, as you've just seen. And then just to smooth that out, we're going to pop a really thin layer of the Gel Perfection Clear Builder Gel over the top. Then we can go in with our colours. I'm going to use the new Brillbird reflective gels because they're new to me really recently, so I just want to give them a go. I must say I'm a little bit underwhelmed with them. I don't really know what I was expecting, but this is one of them. This is probably the one that I'm going to use. And don't get me wrong, like, it's absolutely beautiful. Let me just put the light on so you can see if it'd focus. There we go. You can see like it's really reflective and stuff, but it doesn't look any different in person, like whether you have a light on it or not, I've found. So that was a bit, I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was expecting it to just look super crazy, like sparkly, like when I put the light on in person, but all it does is just make it look really sparkly on a photo. And I think it's not very often that you're going to be walking around like with your phone light on it and your camera shining on your nails, like just to show people how shiny they look on a phone screen. I just find that really bizarre, but I don't know. Let me know if you have these or anything like them and what you think of them, because to be honest, I was quite sad. I don't know how I was expecting them to look even shinier in person, like, because at the end of the day it is literally just glitter, and obviously glitter is shiny all the time, but I don't know, I was just a little bit underwhelmed. Don't get me wrong, I love them and I'm still glad I bought them, but I just feel like it wasn't quite as exciting as I'd made it out to be in my own head. Right, once I've done that and I've applied my base coat all over, and then just going to get this. I've got my little scoop out of my dip thing that I bought ages ago that I use for glitter. I'm just going to pour that over the top. I'm not putting my finger in because obviously this is gel. Activator does dry, whereas gel doesn't. So I'm just popping that on there and it'll go matte, so you'll know when it's all covered. And then I'm just going to pop that in the lamp for 10 seconds at first, because I'm going to do each nail individually because I don't want any of them to move around while I'm doing the others and stuff. So I'm just going to cure that in place, then do the others. I'm just going to do that for all of the nails. Then once I've done that and cured them all, we can come back and apply our builder gel layer. So once I've done that, I'm just going to get my duster brush and dust off any excess powder before I go in with my next coat. So the next coat, like I said, is going to be a really thin coat of the clear builder gel. So I'm just going to get that ready and I'm just going to go over the top. Now obviously you can use the builder gel to build over the top of it, but I'm not. I'm literally just doing a really thin coat. I just want to even out and not have like the rough gritty base that the acrylic gives. That's all I'm trying to get rid of. Whereas obviously if this application didn't go very smoothly for you for any reason, you could always build over the top with builder gel to get it nice and even and stuff, but I am literally just using it as a really thin layer just to get rid of that grainy sort of effect, because I don't want to be able to see that when I paint on my colour in a minute. So I'm just going to do this coat super thin. It's really, really cold in my room today, so it's pretty difficult to use any gels thin at the moment because it is so cold. So they're nice and thick, which is just great. But yeah, I'm just applying this. I will go in and cap, but I'm going to do that at the very end once I've painted all of my nails. So I'm just going to do this, the next couple of nails off camera, and then we can come back and paint them with some colours. So they're all done. I'm just going to pop these in the lamp for a full cure of 60 seconds. They're all looking nice and shiny again. You can also do like a couple of coats of the powder if your nails need a little bit more than that. Obviously I'd recommend doing it properly, like with the proper dip powder stuff. You can actually use Tia's Beauty acrylics as dip powder, which is fab, but obviously do it properly with the other products that they sell for that. So I'm going to be using, I think I'm going to go with this diamond gel from Brillbird, and I'm also going to have it with Deep Secret from Gel Perfection, I think. For some reason it won't focus. I'm just going to tap it with my nose because my hand's in the lamp. But yeah, I think I'm going to have this colour. We'll see when I put it on the nail because I'll probably end up changing my mind. But I think I'm going to go with those. I'm just going to have three of the Deep Secret colour and then 2 of the glittery one. I need to get a bit of a move on because I'm supposed to be going out in 20 minutes for a meal with my fiance's mum. So it's really weird trying to get used to calling him that because obviously I'm so used to calling him my boyfriend, but it's new, that's for sure. So I'm going to go in and paint these. I also need to get that Brillbird gel ready. I was going to have the blue, but then I thought because my nails are short, I think I'm just going to stick to like a nice deep rich colour, and then once I have them long again, which like I said probably won't be that far away, I will go in with because the blue just looks beautiful. But I'm going to have the glitter on the middle too, I think. I'm not putting anything underneath it because I'm not bothered about it being a bit like, no, I keep saying opaque instead of transparent and it's really annoying. I'm not bothered about it being a little bit transparent because I like this colour like as it comes sort of thing. Like, I don't know, I just think it's really cute. So I'm just going to go with this. Trying to use it really thin, but it's quite difficult because there's so much glitter in it. It naturally is quite thick, especially with my room. Oh gosh, I just realised I'm not even in, like, on the camera. But especially with my room being so cold as well, that obviously, like I just mentioned, doesn't help the thickness of my gels, but we're working with it. It's fine. Just make sure that if you do get any on the skin, you get it off before you pop it in the lamp. I'm just going to go closer to my side walls. I like to get the first coat, especially glittery ones, literally everywhere I possibly need it. Get that one like down, and then when it comes to the second coat, I'm a little bit more lazy with it, and I don't mind if it doesn't go like right up to the edges, because I don't want it to be like really thick in those areas. So I will tend to just sort of like not miss them out, but just gloss over the side wall and cuticle area with the second coat, and just I've just put my finger in my ring fingernail, but never mind, and just make sure that that middle bit is nice and dense with glitter. So I'm just going to do the same on my ring finger. Just making sure, again, getting it right up. You can't even see because it's not focused. This glitter is so glittery. My phone is like, what the hell? And then I'm just going to pull that over. I'm going to get all the excess off my brush to do the side walls because I don't want it to be really bulky and get it everywhere. And then I'm doing the other side. Make sure I get any off the skin if I get any there. And then right up to the cuticle area, just even it out with a few quick swipes. I am actually sort of like pulling off any excess in this process as well, because I don't want my first layer to be really uneven and a bit bumpy, because then my second layer will obviously just make that worse. So I'm just gonna do my colour now, which is this beautiful plummy, I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm just going to do like I do with the base coat and paint the free edge from about 3/4 of the way down. I wish my phone would stay focused. So I'm just going to do that first. Oh gosh, that's a lot. And then once it comes to doing the cuticle area part of the nail, I'm just going to get all the excess off my brush and then use the product that's already on my nail to push back up so I can get closer to my cuticle without potentially flooding it. I mean, obviously it's easily done and sometimes I do, but I just find doing it this way makes it a little bit less likely to happen. So I'm just going really slowly. I'm not rushing at all, even though I should be because I'm going to be late. And then I'm just painting over that whole nail to make sure it all is nice and neat, and then we can cap the free edge. I'm just going to do the other nails off. Oh gosh, I'm just going to do the other nails off camera. I've just put a big blob on by accident and it's leaking slightly down this side wall, so I'm just going to clean that up. Oh, it's nice. All right, I can file that at the end. Right, so I'm just going to do this off camera because it's going to get real boring for you to watch me do the same thing over and over, and I need to get a wriggle on, and then we can have a look what they look like after the second coat and top coat. So this is what they look like finished. This is without any light on them, like just my natural lights that I've got in the room. I'm just going to pop my torch on. And this is them with the torch on. So they look amazing through like the camera, don't get me wrong, but they don't look any different in person, I don't think. I mean, they still obviously, they look really bright, but that's just because there's a light shining on them like anything would, but they don't look like they do like on the camera, if that makes sense. I don't know whether it's just me just being picky, but you know, I just expected a little bit more. But I do love them. I love this colour. This deep sequin colour is beautiful, and the glitter is very exciting to look at regardless of whether it's got the light on it or not. So I am really happy with them. I obviously need to do my right hand, but thank you so much for watching. I have a client in any minute, so this is actually the next morning that I filmed the last clip of this video because I ran out of time and I had to go out really quick, so I just threw the top coat on and ran. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.